Alright, we're back for our third game of this best of 5 between Boreal eSports and the North American Rejects for the grand finals of the Dota 2 Canada Cup. This could very well be our final game as, well, the NA Rejects are up 2-0 so far in this series, and they've, well, so far they're showing that they're the better of these two teams, and Boreal will look to find a way to claw themselves back into this series. But you got to start with one win before you can worry about getting all three to take home the title. We will see them pick up the Storm Spirit and go for the Storm once again. Didn't really work out too well for them last game, but there was a lot that was kind of going wrong for them that game. Not just the Storm Spirit. They're gonna pair it up with Alina. But NA Rejects, they've got a scary start to their draft as well. Visage and Earthshaker were their first two picks. They're going to add a Rubik onto that as well. Chad's been playing Rubik every single game, and he's been doing a pretty damn good job of it. As for our bans, we had Wisp, Shadow Fiend, Spirit Breaker, and Clockwork banned out by Boreal. Gyro, Queen of Pain, Undying, and Darkseer banned out by the North American Rejects. There's a hiccup there a little bit.
10 seconds.
Vengeful Spirit now will get picked up by Boreal.
Team
when was the last time we saw Venge? It's been a little while. Surprising, that hero's fallen from grace quite far. But we will see her get picked up this game. And we'll see what Boreal's going to be able to do with that Vengeful Spirit. It's a good defensive hero. Not sure what we're going to have that Vengeful Spirit swapping teammates out for yet. But, you know, it's one of those things. Maybe Earthshaker jumps in, lays down the Echo, and then you immediately have to swap a teammate out because they're going to be in a bad position. Problem is that means you're pretty much going to lose your Vengeful Spirit, but that's a worthy sacrifice. And with the third ability, the Vengeance Aura, when Vengeful Spirit goes down, you're just going to reduce the armor, or reduce the damage, sorry, of basically whoever gets the killing blow on the Vengeful Spirit, everyone around that hero gets reduced damage. So that's going to be reduced damage throughout the team fight. So it's not the worst thing in the world when you lose your Vengeful Spirit. Of course, you lose the Wave of Terror, you lose the Magic Missile, you lose any items associated with the Vengeful Spirit, most likely a medallion. So you don't have those available to you for the fight. But it's not the worst thing in the world. It's definitely better than losing your carry. But this is a little bit of a surprising pick, as Outworld Devourer is going to get picked up by the North American Rejects. As
5 seconds remaining.
Well, they look like they're going to be dominating lanes. That's what they're going for so far. They've picked up the Earthshaker. We've already seen them play in the off lane so far. Maybe they're going to see that again, but they do have the option of running kind of a tri-lane with those three heroes. It's a little bit unorthodox, but it could very well work. They've got the Outworld Devourer to go mid against the Storm Spirit. That should be an easy win for the OD. Now Boreal, they're what do you do here? I don't know. I really don't know where you go from here in the draft. We do know that the Lina and the Vengeful Spirit, based on how these guys normally play it, that those are probably going to be their two supports. Storm Spirit's going to be in the mid lane for Kikoni. They're looking for their off lane, their Japanese hero, and their safe lane, the KVH hero. Sniper's going to be the pick.
Radiant team ban.
Interesting. We're going to see a Sniperino.
10 seconds remaining.
Still unsure how I feel about that. Leshrac is going to get banned out. Covering the core Leshrac pick for As Leshrac, one of those heroes that they could leave against the Earthshaker if they chose to go aggro. It'd be going aggro into a Visage,
Radiant
though. That would be
team
always
pick.
a little difficult. The other thing is that they could go aggro with the core Leshrac and leave the Sniper up top to go up against the Earthshaker once again. That would be okay. They could put the Sniper in the mid lane against the OD. That wouldn't be bad,
Dire
but now a
team
Razor
pick.
is going to get picked up. Or the NA reject, so oh my goodness. Their lanes are just all about dominating early on and not letting Boreal get off to any kind of start. Not let them get the ball rolling. Jug was the ban for Boreal.
10 seconds remaining.
This is exactly what
5
they did when
seconds
they played
remaining.
earlier as well. And they are going to pick up the Tusk, so we will see Boreal go with the Tusk. So I think they are going to go aggro with this. Leave the Sniper up top. Go aggro with Tusk, Vengeful Spirit, and Lina. And try to punish. But yikes, that's a scary, scary lane to go up against. And look at this. They're debating right now who to put on the Earthshaker and who to put on the Razor. Because they could very well put the Razor in the off lane. MSS is going to pick up the Earthshaker. Which they could still put the Razor in the off lane in a 1v1 going up against the Sniper. And put the Earthshaker in the tri lane.
10 seconds remaining.
That would be really crazy. If we had tri lane versus tri lane with Lina, Venge,
5
Tusk
seconds
against
remaining.
Visage, Earthshaker, Rubik. That'd be nuts. Hopefully we get to see that. But we do have a pause immediately to start things off. And uh-oh. We don't have Ush. No. No, okay. Okay, so we're not going to have to wait for Ush to restart his computer. So that's it. That's good news. There we go. Ush is back, so we're going to get right on into this. As we've got... Well, North American Rejects have Boreal up against the ropes here. There's one more win for the North American Rejects, and they'll take the championship here for the Dota 2 Canada Cup for Season 5. But let's introduce our teams and our players. On the Radiant side, we are going to have those North American Rejects playing. Their Outworld Devourer is going to be Korok. Chad is going to be on the Rubik once again. Fogged on the Visage. Ush on the Razor. And MSS on the Earthshaker. As for Boreal, they're smoked up, going for their own jungle. Jeppin's leading the way on the Tusk. Kikoni on the Storm Spirit once again. Pizza Dad on the Lina. KVH on the Sniper. And PQ on the Vengeful Spirit. MSS gets the ward down. Uh-oh, but it might cost him his life as he's going to get snowballed in. 4 heroes all fitting into that one snowball come rolling on after him. And first blood goes the way of Boreal. And this is typically how games start
30
whenever they pick
seconds to battle.
Tusk. It seems like they always seem to find a kill. And now they're going to find that Observer Ward and they're going to counter ward it.
Shrapnel!
So Boreal off to a good start here. Lane's going to be a little bit different than I think we were expecting, as I think we might have the OD actually sitting in the bottom lane. Well, maybe not. Ush has come
The
down
battle
here, so maybe he's
begins.
going to do a little blocking here. So it's going to be the OD going back towards
This will
mid.
come in handy.
Yeah, okay, that's what we're going to have. So it looks like it's going to be Earthshaker in the top lane, OD, and maybe even Rubik in the mid lane. I think he'll just rotate away after the blocks, but we'll see. He might stick around here for a bit. Bottom lane is going to be Visage and Razor. For Boreal in the mid lane, it is going to be the Sniper. Top lane, it's just going to be a solo Storm Spirit, and then it is going to be the aggro tri lane of the Lina, the Tusk, and the Vengeful Spirit, as I predicted. So yeah, we are going to see the Rubik rotate back down to the bottom lane. And this is going to be an interesting tri-lane versus tri-lane. That's for sure. Unfortunately, Chad puts down an observer ward, giving them vision of the lane, but there's already a sentry that's been placed by Boreal. So they immediately counter that observer ward. The question is yes, they have a lot of kill potential. Yes, they got that first blood. But will they be able to limit the farm from this Razor? Tusk has been getting good CS so far.
Denied.
Razor not really getting that limited. In terms of our mid lane, how is it going? It looks like OD's winning that one. 4-6 is his CS compared to the 1-0 for the sniper. Korok dominating KVH right now. Top lane, MSS. He's our leader in last hits. He's at 5-1 right now. Kikoni is at 5-0. So this Earthshaker doing quite well for himself, but that lane will come back or come a little bit towards the Storm Spirit as they start leveling up. But early on, Earthshaker going to be able to go at it. Snowball going to lead the way as they're going to jump on Ush, and they are going to get the kill. Jeppin's taking some damage, but there's no way that Chad and Fogged are going to be able to retaliate in any kind of way. But here's the issue. Visage now is about to hit level 2. Soul Assumption is going to become available to him. This North American Rejects tri-lane has gained so much potency just by Fogged hitting level 2 on that Visage. But we have had a rotation from PQ here to the mid lane as he's going to come in as Korok has banished KVH, but now we're going to see another kill for Boreal as they come out to a 3-0 lead early on in this game. Boreal's been playing quite well. Jeppin's throwing out the ice shards, but they don't care about back and they're going after him. He's just going to drop into the snowball. His target was Fogged, and unfortunately that puts him kind of right back into the center of things, and he's going to go down. That's going to be the first kill for the North American Rejects, and it's going to go to Chad. Question is where will Jeppins and PQ go? It looks like they will rejoin the bottom lane, or at least Jeppins will. PQ will find out in a second. So what's happened as a result of this? Well, both these heroes down here, the Razor and the Tusk, are pretty much even in terms of last hits. They've got 9 apiece. 2 more denies going the way of the Tusk. Fogged maybe getting caught out here. He's going to get stunned up by PQ. He's going to go down. Don't think Pizza Dad's going to be able to get away. No, the Razor's going to be able to finish him off. Razor has 28 damage stolen, but it's not going to help him when you run away and you've got no HP. As he's going to go down, they're not even able to get the kill onto Chad. So everyone in this North American Rejects tri-lane gets completely wiped out. And you know what? Their draft was all about dominating the lanes, but right now they're getting dominated in this tri-lane. But you look at the mid lane. This OD was picked all about dominating the lane. He's doing just that. 15-9 CS for him compared to just the 10-1 from the sniper. Not as much as he was dominating earlier, but still quite considerable. However, in the top lane, I mentioned this lane was going to come back towards the Storm Spirit. He's getting sent all the way back to Fountain right now, but he's our top CS by a large margin, 28-0 compared to the Earthshakers 15-2. But he has 13 more last hits than anyone else in the game. It's quite impressive.
Double damage.
Pizza Dad now picks up a double damage at the bottom rune location. Uh-oh. They may look to go on Fogged here. Fogged has done a little bit of pulling. Jeppins knows what's up. The pings have come out as he's going to use those ice shards to trap him. No need to snowball. No need to do anything else. He didn't really have mana for it. Anyways, but I guess he could have popped his wand. But it wasn't necessary, so why waste it? And there it is. Now he magic wands and snowballs in as I'm getting a ton of lag. What the heck is going on here? Hopefully you guys aren't feeling that on the stream, although I think you will. My goodness. Ush is going to go down. PQ gets the kill there. Doesn't look like I dropped any frames though. I don't know. Hopefully it'll clear up and it won't. We won't have to worry about that going forward. But so far,
Radiant's
Boreal off
bottom
to a really
tower
good
is
start
under
to this
attack.
game. We'll look if they're going to be able to keep up with it here as Kokoni gets a kill on the top
Radiant's
lane as I
bottom
continue to
tower
lag
is
out
under
here. What is going
attack.
on? I'm gonna yeah, I have no idea what's going on here, guys. I think I may just close out the game and restart here for a second. Assassinate flies through, but OD is able to banish himself in time, but looks like he is going to go down as Jeppins and PP come in here. Chad comes in to try to help out, so is MSS as he TPs on in. He puts out the Echo Slam, but doesn't hit anyone. Jeppins was the only target that it was really going to hit, and he was in a snowball, but he will still go down. And with that, I'm going to disconnect and reconnect here. I'm going to switch it to my other logo here for a second, but I'll be right back in just a second. Because I'm actually going to quit completely out of Dota 2 and just restart it to make sure that isn't everything gets fixed for us. Come on. Luckily my PC's not slow like Ush's, so we don't have to wait forever. Yeah, that's weird. I'm not seeing any of those kind of hiccups through anything else. It's just on Dota. I think everything else on my PC is running smoothly, so hopefully it'll clear itself up with this restart. So far in this game, Boreal, they're off to a pretty damn good start. They're this is what they like about the Tusk. They like moving around early on, and it seems to be working out for them. As they're ahead 15-4, as it looks like they've gotten a couple more kills while we were restarting there. They managed to drop the OD and the Earthshaker. Ice Shards will fly in once again. Won't find their target. Snowball will fly in as well. Still won't find his target. As OD banished himself, and then Pizza Dad missed times his stun, and oh my goodness, everything went wrong for Boreal there as KVH is going to go down. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Ush just sitting here farming up, taking advantage of this space. Still, top last hit's going to be Kokoni. The next four are all pretty close. OD, Razor, Earthshaker, and Sniper, all pretty close. Problem is that three of those are all on the side of the North American rejects. But that one way out in front still goes to Boreal. Last game we saw Kokoni kind of play a bit of a deficit on the Storm Spirit, and it's very, very different when you're behind on the Storm Spirit trying to get back in the game. This game, looks like he's going to be off to a great start, so we'll probably be able to get more done. Good job there from Boreal, finding Chad in the jungle, or in the trees, not really in the jungle,
Radiant's
and getting
middle
a kill
tower
there.
is under attack.
Jeppin still kind of hunting.
Radiant's bottom tower
Won't
is
find
under
another.
attack.
Ice Shards fly through, but no heroes down there. We had a rotation there towards the mid lane, but Fissure was already thrown out by MSS, so
Radiant's
no way that they were going to be
bottom
able to
tower
go on
is under
KVH. Now this bottom tier 1 tower looks like
Radiant
it's going to go
structures
down.
are
Glyph will get
fortified.
used, but of course it gets
Radiant's bottom
refreshed
tower
as soon as
is
the
under
tier 1 tower
attack.
goes down, so no sense not using it. But there it goes.
Radiant's
Jeppin's now
bottom tower
TPing to
has
the top
fallen.
lane. As he's going to be hunting. Ice Shard's going to fly out. It's going to catch Korok. Problem is that MSS, Chad, and Fogged are here. Kokoni is invis, and he'll come out of that. As Jeppins is on low HP and he snowballs, isn't able to finish off that kill onto Chad, as we're going to lose Jeppins and Kikoni. Ush also coming up here to join everyone else, but the fight isn't over. PQ and Pizza Dad both getting stunned by that fissure, and both going to go down. The Laguna flies out, but not able to finish off Korok, and we're going to lose PQ as well. All these heroes on North American Rejects, or at least the majority of them, on very low HP, but none of them going down.
Middle tower is under attack.
Whereas we lost all but KVH on the side of Boreal. And KVH looks like he's going to be able to bring down this mid-tier 1 tower. But there's that glyph again. Now Korok going to TP on in. Will he get the banish off on KVH? Nope, just going to force him back. But the problem is if he attacks this to go to deny it, and KVH was close enough, he was just going to be able to counter and always get the last hit on the tower there. But with Fog rotating on in, that meant the deny was secured for the North American Rejects.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Ush went down while we were talking about that. Somewhere up there in the top lane. Let's see who combined for the kill there. Well, Kikoni got the kill. What do we got in terms of items so far? Face boots and an ogre club for the sniper. PQ. Looks like Glimmer Cape's going to be on the way. Jeppins. He's just got treads and a wand. He'll probably go for a Shadow Blade as his next item. Pizza Dad, arcane boots, and a stick, as they're going to smoke up and find Chad immediately. Even using the Laguna there. Ice Shard's going to fly out. They look like they were going to hit the target, but unfortunately just a little bit short.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
As an Aquila. MSS sitting on 1100 gold, so that Blink Dagger is still a little bit of a ways out as we get more jitteriness. That's got to just be DotA. DotA TV. Fogged has picked up a point booster, so looks like he's just going straight for the Aghanim Scepter, not going to pick up that medallion that we normally see. Korok has a buckler, so mech is going to be his item of choice. Chad with the double gauntlets of strength means an urn's going to be on the way for him. Well, Chad's going to walk right into Jeppins and PQ, overlapping their stuns a little bit there, but it's not going to matter. Sand recipe getting purchased by KVH, so that'll be finished soon. Just needs the 450 gold belt of strength to complete that. Meantime, Kikoni and Korok finding each other in the jungle. Kikoni will just jump away. But now he's got less than half HP and no mana. When the North American Rejects are pushing this top tier 1, and really this is the only lane that really Boreal's threatening. It's the bottom tier 2, and it's just Alina, so they're probably not going to be able to get a trade here, as the top tier 1 has already gone down. Lina hasn't even hit the tier 2 yet. So no real structure trade there. But definitely there was some farming going on for Boreal while that was going on. So that's one of those things that you can't easily compare, but
Radiant's middle tower is
it's
under
one of those
attack.
things that will impact your gold graph.
Shrapnel!
Everyone on the side of the North American Rejects managing to get out of there safely. We'll switch over to net worth, see who our top net worths are, and unsurprisingly, Kikoni. He's out in front. He had our highest last hits. He's been doing alright for himself, 3, 1, and 4. So he's sitting at almost 6,500 net worth. Second is going to be the Sniper at 5,400. Then it's going to be the OD at 53. Tusk at 52. Razor at 51. Snowball's going to fly out onto Ush, as he's going to get stunned up. Then he's going to get punched in the air, trapped with the the ice shards, and they had the stun coming out from PQ, but a big drain, and Jeppins and PQ back away, but no need as Pizza Dad just comes in and finishes them off. Jeppins bottling up an invis. That'll be useful. Let's start working on Roche. PQ gonna pick up the bounty room. He's gonna make his way down here and take a look at the mini-map. There is so much vision coming out from Boreal. Look at all these wards. Got one deep in the jungle there. This other one that's deep kind of in the mid lane. Gives you a lot of vision of the rotations going on. You've got the standard one up by the Ancients. In fact, both teams have that observer ward. Now you've got another observer ward down at the bottom rune location. Here's this observer ward giving you a lot of information. It's going to allow them to get a kill onto Korok here, or will they? He's sitting at 170 HP. Did still have mech available to him, but not using it, not using his bottle either. Bit surprising there coming up from Korok. Maybe he was trying to bait, thought that he was going to be okay, but obviously calculated that one a little bit wrong. Pizza Dad going to go down here. Looks like that'll be the end of the action there. Let's look at this observer ward getting placed by the North American rejects, trying to give them a little bit more knowledge of what's going on in their jungle. But a very, very defensive ward for them. This one going to be a lot more defensive as well. And then this one up in the top is weird. It's a defensive ward, even though it's in your opponent's side of the map. It's still a defensive ward. It's going to allow you to farm up just a little bit further in this offlane. Jeppin's not electing to go with the Shadow Blade, just going to go straight for the Desolator. And that's probably a good choice actually, because he's been able to engage no problem. He's been able to close the gap without really having to worry about much of anything. And frankly, there's not really that much burst to blow him up before he's able to back away, if need be, if they start to switch to him. We'll find MSS to start everything off. Walrus Punch is going to be used to finish him off. Now Korok on the run, as he's going to get sniped by KVH, and he's going to get brought down. 2 kills, 3 kills now for Boreal, as they're going to look to make it 4, as Fog is going to be their target. He's going to go down, and even a Familiar is going to go down. That's a lot of gold going the way of Boreal. It's going to be a big gold swing for them, as they're going to add, I'll bet another 2,500 gold on to their lead, which we haven't actually looked at. And wow, that's a big lead actually for this early in the game, considering how we've seen the other games go in this series. As that's about a 9,000 gold going their way, and XP just past the 10,000 mark as well in favor of Boreal. As well, they were down 2-0 so far in this series. They're looking to make this 2-1. But it's not over yet. MSS and Chad looking to defend. Looks like they will lose their tier 2. Not going to be able to deny there. PQ and Pizza Dad kind of line in wait on the other side of those trees. But nothing will happen now. They look to go on Kekoni. The fissure flies out, but Kekoni just ball lightnings in time. Didn't see MSS. It was kind of maybe a little bit of Dota sense, maybe a little bit of luck, maybe a little bit of both. Well, we've got a smoke here from Boreal. 3 of them at least smoked up. Kekoni isn't. What's the two? Or sorry, not the 2 supports. It's the 2 chords actually. The sniper, the Tusk, and then the support Luna. And we're gonna have an engage here. As there's a little bit of a crazy engage, but we have Kekoni. He's gonna get focused down by the North American reject. He's going to go down, but he does have the Aegis. He'll be back up in a second. They did manage to bring down Korok. Kekoni managing to jump away. We've got Ush trying to steal damage. He manages to steal 56, and the Echo Slam comes out from MSS. Brings them down considerably in terms of HP. MSS is going to go down. It's going to cost him his life, but Kikoni is going to go down as well, and we're going to lose 4 heroes on the side of Boreal. The only one who didn't die was PQ, a support who was all the way across the map. A little bit of a weird engage, a little bit of a weird play coming up from Boreal there to not have one of their supports with them in a fight, and especially a support like a Vengeful Spirit.
I lost. No,
But they sensed they could get a pick off, and they went for it. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for them. But Kikoni bringing a little bit of it back, getting the pick off on the Rubik. And oh wow, that little bit of farm in the bottom lane there, PQ managing to finish a Shadow Blade on the Vengeful Spirit. So not only can she now swap a teammate that's getting focus back to safety, but now she's not guaranteed dead because she has that Shadow Blade. She's got the ability to swap Shadow Blade and try to reposition herself, whether that's running out, running a little bit deeper, running, you know, in one of the other directions. Either way, she's able to reposition herself and maybe not 100% guarantee that she's going to die. Kikoni looks like he's going to be going after the Orchid. He has already finished a Bloodstone, sitting on 9 charges right now. MSS sitting on 1,000 gold, already got his Blink Dagger finished. We got the mech on the Korok. No idea what his next item is going to be. He hasn't hinted towards that just yet. Ush, BKB is going to be his, sitting on 950 gold. Just needs the recipe for that. Fogged, Aghanims is finished. But once again, not electing to go for that medallion or solar crest
Dire's
eventually.
top tower is under
It'll be interesting to
attack.
see if maybe he chooses to pick that up now or if he chooses to go for something different. Chad did complete that urn, and he's got his arcane boots, and he did just purchase a Blink Dagger, so that'll be flying up for him. On the top lane, nothing new out of all these heroes. We've got the Yules on Pizza Dad, but the Point Booster is the new items. He's going to be going for his Aghanim Scepter next. They'll allow him to pierce through any of the BKBs. Which Korok doesn't have yet. But it'll be nice going up against Ush, especially if he pops his BKB and gets blown up immediately. That's one way to waste a fresh 10-second BKB, is just to kill the target immediately with damage that's going to pierce the BKB. North American Rejects quite grouped up here. They're baiting their Razor right now, not showing. None of them have shown yet. Just the Razor. In fact, Korok, did he show there? Once again, I hit the wrong button. They will know. Yeah, they'll know for sure now, because they've got a good glimpse of a bunch of those heroes. They don't know that PQ's there, though, because he's using that Shadow Blade. Put himself in a little bit of a different position. Chad going to TP on out, because someone's got to go back to defend mid against Kikoni. There was a little bit of an engage there from Boreal. PQ is going to swap Ush back, but unfortunately doesn't have a Shadow Blade off cooldown. He's going to get focused down by the familiars. Ush now going to TP on out. We do lose Fogged, however. But now it looks like we're going to lose Korok as Kikoni and Jeppin's going to keep going, keep pushing forward. KVH standing in the back with the Assassinates as they're going to drop Chad. Will they be able to find MSS? Oh, the Ice Shard's not going to land. Just a little bit slow getting there. Another Assassinate flies through, hits MSS, dropping them down to about half HP, but they have no way to keep going. Ice Shards will find its target here, and now Jeppins is committing, but his team is so far away, they're just completely abandoned him. He's gone way too far, and he's going to go down. Maybe a little bit of a throw there coming out from Jeppins. His team will back away, playing it maybe a little bit safe, a little bit smarter than Jeffins did. But even with that death, he was able to buy a Blink Dagger. So he'll have that available to him. still a little surprising to see that Boreal's actually ahead by twice as many kills right now. When you look at the last couple of fights, it hasn't really felt like that. It's felt a lot closer than this, but the kill total is a little bit of a big difference between the two of them. Gold graph is quite significant. The Boreal lead so far, over 10,000 gold, nearly 14,000 XP going their way as well. But watching the game, you definitely get a sense for the fact that Boreal's ahead. The thing is like, if you don't know, like, if you were just to look at this game and look at how these fights were going, without looking at, you know, the items and doing the math in your head, or without looking at the scoreboard or the gold graph, I don't think you would expect this gold graph to appear the way it does. I don't think you would expect that big of a gold lead, which means Boreal isn't really performing up to the kind of advantage they have right now. And that could be a little bit of tentativeness. It could be the result of the North American rejects just being better than them. It could be a result of, you know, maybe Boreal just misplaying, or like I said, maybe playing a little bit tentatively. Or North American rejects just playing very, very good, which could very well be it as well. But the Boreal will find a kill here, as they're going to drop Chad. MSS tries to help, but he will TP away because he did all he could.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Let the fun begin. Looking for me.
Well, I mentioned it about last game. Kikoni struggled early on the Storm Spirit. We didn't really get to see what he was able to do. Well, now he's at 10-2-6 right now, and so far, with a good start, he's been doing a pretty solid job.
Zap.
A little bit of a weird TP here from Kikoni. He's going to TP down here and take all that farm from the sniper. But it does allow him to jump on in and get them to kill on Fog there. Mind you, he TP'd from like here. He could have just jumped from here instead. A little weird for him to TP to the bottom lane and take all that farm from KVH. But oh well, the pickoff did free them up to hop into the Roche pit here. And they'll gladly take that Aegis. They've been putting it on Kikoni pretty much all night long. It'll be interesting to see if they put it on the Storm Spirit. Looks like they will, so he's going to step up and grab it. The only other target might have been Jeppins, and he doesn't really have the inventory slots for it. Good familiar stunts coming out there from Fog, but it's not going to be enough to keep Chad alive, as Boreal will find another pickoff. They'll kill familiars as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
No tier 2 in the mid lane for them to push down, so they'll make their way down to the bottom, where Pizza Dad's already been working on it.
Radiant's bottom tower
We'll see
is
this
under
bottom
attack.
tier 2 go down in just a minute.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
North American rejects definitely not going to push out of their base to try and defend there. Do have a little bit of a split push coming up from Ush. Pizza Dad TPing back to defend. And Ush will wisely back away as a result. He'll just TP all the way back to his fountain, but it doesn't look like Boreal is going to be pushing to begin with. It was more so just to go back and replenish his HP and mana. Coney looks like he wants to jump here. He'll firm up the creep wave, doesn't actually jump. Now he'll just make his way up towards the top rune, where he'll find a double damage. Maybe with that he'll look the jump. Problem is you gotta find a target that's somewhat alone, and I don't think the heroes on the side of the North American rejects could be any bit more the opposite of alone. That was a little awkward, but I think a little bit. I don't think they could have been more grouped up than they were right now, is what I was trying to say. They didn't even smoke. Still to try to look, find a kill. Once again, hiding in behind Ush. Meanwhile, Boreal, they're not hunting Ush at all. They're just going to push the top tier 2.
Is under attack.
And the North American rejects are so far out of position for this. This is already a very difficult tower to try and defend. And when you're that far out of position, you just have to let it go. There's no way. TPs will now come back from the North American rejects. As they sense that Boreal could definitely push up onto the high ground here, and they need to keep their tier 3s alive. Boreal getting a good spread, but not completely backing away just yet.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Here I am.
Kikoni's going to jump in. Earthshaker's going to be his target. Jeppin's going to jump in as well. Completely blows up Chad. Korak now gets pulled back. Will they be able to bring him down? He gets the mech off, and that's just barely going to keep him alive. But Kikoni, ball lightning sport, gets the kill. GG will get called as Boreal takes their first game of the series. 2-1 now is the total for the North American rejects as they drop their first game all tournament long, as long as you exclude that one where they had a bunch of connection issues against top 5 all the way back in the group stage. But Boreal doing work. You know what, in the draft, you got the feeling that Boreal was really kind of down and out in that draft. And North American rejects, they were just in a position where they were going to have really solid lanes. Problem is that Boreal, they knew it was up all along, and they ended up having the stronger lanes, and it definitely worked for them. Being able to get Kikoni a good start was important. He went forward. I mean, he finished 13-2-10. That pretty much speaks for his impact on the game. Jeppin's 12-5-18. His hero kill participation ridiculously good. Part of 30 kills in 32 minutes. That's pretty damn good. There's a reason why these guys pick up Tusk, because you know, they're pretty damn good at using it. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. We've got another game coming up in just a few. If you did enjoy the cast, hit that follow button. I am Niz, so you know who you're listening to. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but you can follow me on Twitter at NizCast, and all the VODs for this will be heading up on my YouTube channel. Link to that below the stream as well. Head on over to DotA2.ca to find more about the tournament. Like I said, we'll be back in just a few with Game 4.